Whoa, we're live. We're live on the YouTube, and it should probably go live on the Instagram as well here. So let's just pop up the live. Kara,
Yeah,
do you have a tripod in the kitchen?
yeah. We
We. All right, we're live. Okay, we're live on the Instagram, we're live on the YouTube. So first things first, if you guys aren't aware, big announcement, massive announcement coming tediscool.com tomorrow night. But today I'm going to talk about being healthy is all about diet. A lot of people think being healthy is all about the water you drink. A lot of people think being healthy is all about meditation and mindset. And while those are all really good areas of health to develop and improve on, we got to remember that health is a holistic thing. It's not just one thing. If you want to be healthy, you've got to make. I think the world record was held by my friend Tony Wright for a while. He had the world record for the longest amount of days gone without sleep. Any guesses how many days that was? Anyone guess how long this human, Tony Wright, just hanging out with him this summer, how long he went without sleep? I'll tell you what, the longest human being's gone without food, like 5, 6, 7, 8 times longer than Tony ever went without sleep. So sleep is definitely more important than food as far as lifespan goes, as far as being alive goes. Tony held the record for longest time without sleep, and he did about 10 days or 11 days. It's on Google. So 10 or 11 days, 10 or 11 nights without sleep, and then he crashed. He slept hard. Whereas with food, you can go weeks, months without food. So really, like, sleep is even more important than food, and yet we give food so much credit, give food so much focus, because food is delicious. Let's face it, food is delicious. And the other area of health you got to remember is air, oxygen, the air you're breathing in. Like, are you taking deep breaths? Or are you doing shallow breaths? Are you breathing clean air? Or are you breathing dirty air? Because again, air, man, you can't go more than 10 minutes without air, you're dead. I think the world record for not breathing is maybe like some ridiculous number, like 20 minutes or something. But most people can't go even like 4 or 5 minutes without air and they die. And yet we can go months without food. So there's that. And of course there's water, right? Drinking water is more important than food, but blah, blah, blah. Point is, there's a whole lot to it. And while there are many areas of health to consider when considering how to be healthy, you also need to factor in life itself, life outside of health, like your family, like your creativities, like your hobbies, like your adventures, like your business, like your money. There's so many healthy, fit, beautiful people out there, especially vegans, raw vegans. Man, so many healthy, fit, beautiful vegans and raw vegans out there. But a lot of people don't have any money. They're broke. They were never taught how to make money. They never studied how to make money. They just didn't learn it. And they expect to get rich off a 9-to-5 job. They expect to get rich cherry picking or something. Like, they expect to get rich from something, but they just haven't learned how to actually make money. And so that's another area you got to consider, finances. So when you're studying how to be healthy, okay, sure, look into getting enough vitamins, getting enough minerals, getting enough raw foods, getting enough variety, getting in enough, organic, making sure you're properly food combining, making sure that you're getting enough sleep, make sure you're getting enough sunlight, make sure you're getting enough fresh air and exercise and touch and things like this. But also never forget that your health can be 10 out of 10, awesome, 10 out of 10, like the best ever health, like Jedi level, Avatar level healthy. Your diet can be 10 out of 10 Avatar level healthy. If your diet's like 10 out of 10, like world's best diet, you can still be unhealthy. And if your health is 10 out of 10, the world's healthiest person, you can still be unhappy. You can still be broke. You can still be alone, right? You need to factor in the whole picture here, the whole life. Like, you're here on planet Earth for a very short period of time, and you can go ahead and you can focus 100% of your energy on health and how to optimize your water intake and your fitness and your sleep and your food and all these things, for sure. But then you gotta keep in mind, like, there's a big world out here, man. These big people plan on going freaking Mars. We're planning trips to Mars with SpaceX. We're regreening the desert. We're feeding hungry people. Like, there's a lot of really cool things happening on the planet right now. And if you're just so caught up in like, where do I get my B12? Where do I get my calcium? Where do I get my iodine and things like this? You can miss out on the big picture. So, of course, focus on health. Of course, focus on diet. Of course, focus on fitness and everything goes along with being healthy and happy for sure. But just remember, there's more to life, more important than the food you eat. Like the thoughts you think, by far, are the most important things, hands down. It all starts with the thoughts you think. Okay. So if there's one thing I'll leave you with here, it's the thoughts you think matter more than the food you eat, because it's the thoughts you think that are going to determine the food that you eat. Right. So before, when I tried to go, before I was even vegan, my thoughts were just like a mess. I did not even consider being vegan. I would never even consider myself vegan. I was just watching a bunch of crap on YouTube, and I came across a documentary called Faces of Death, and I watched because I was so into like death and destruction and gruesomeness. And I watched that documentary Faces of Death, and it showed how a bunch of animals and people got killed, and I thought that was super fascinating. Like, wow, look at all this death and blood and everything. It was crazy. And then it came to a scene in the documentary where it showed slaughterhouse, and it showed how these animals got treated in the slaughterhouse. And it really hit me, man. It really hit hard. It was very disturbing seeing how they treated the pigs and the chickens and the cows and the slaughterhouses. I was like, that's not right. That's not right. And I knew at that moment I couldn't eat red meat ever again. And so it was a thought. It was a thought that I thought that triggered me to go vegan. So it's the thoughts you think that determine the actions you take, right? Because it's the thoughts you think that determine the way you feel. So if you're ever feeling some kind of way, just know it's because of what you're thinking. Yeah. And you might think, oh no, it's because of the food I just ate. Well, what led you to eat that food? Right? The thought led you to eat that food. So thoughts you think matter more than the food you eat. And there are people out there who eat the best food, but their thoughts are just whack. Their thoughts are like self-deprecating. Their thoughts are like self-defeating, and their thoughts are like, you wouldn't want their thoughts, put it that way. You would not want to have their thoughts in your head, even though their food is like super, super awesome. So you've got to make sure that you've got all bases covered here. Yeah, you got the awesome diet for sure, but also make sure you got awesome thoughts. And also make sure you got awesome fitness. Also make sure you got awesome relationships. Also make sure you've got awesome sleep routines. And also make sure you got awesome business tactics and habits. And also make sure you got good finances. Like, keep the big picture in mind here. There's a lot to life. And it's easy to just go down the rabbit hole in one thing and just like become like super obsessive into one area. Like, you could be super obsessive into business. You could be super obsessive into fitness. Like a guy today, he just broke the world record for the marathon. He ran the marathon in under 2 hours. Like, dude was obsessed, dedicated his entire life to running a sub 2 hour marathon. And that's cool. I'm not saying don't do that. By all means, go ahead and do that. But just know that, you know, most of us aren't going to become sub 2 hour marathoners. When I say most of us, I mean like 99.99999% of the world never going to become a sub 2 hour marathoner. But we can still get so obsessed and go down these rabbit holes that don't really help us in any way, shape, or form. You know, like, how many times have you spent, type of me in the chat right now, if you've ever spent more than an hour of your life watching stupid YouTube videos for no reason. Just type of me. I want to see who besides me has spent wasted an hour of my life watching stupid YouTube videos where I have nothing to show for it after. Right? It's an example of like wasting time on things that don't matter. Just watching these YouTube videos, watching dog videos, watching cat videos, watching car modification videos, watching just stuff that's not going to help me at all. Yeah, Albin's saying me. Ethan's giving the crying face. Yeah, so Ethan's saying me. So there's a lot of cool stuff out there. There's a lot of cool experiences you can have. And if you get super obsessed into just one area, then you could miss the big picture. And again, like, being obsessed is cool in certain degrees. Like, if you're going to be the best at something, you probably have to be obsessed. But don't let it get to a point where it's interfering with your level of happiness, level of fulfillment in life. Like, let that be your true north. Let your level of happiness, let your level of fulfillment in life be your indicator for what sort of actions you want to be taking. All right, just let your like passions, let your excitement guide you, rather than just like getting caught up in fear and getting caught up in worry about little things like, oh my God, the food I ate wasn't organic, or oh my God, I improperly food combined, or oh my God, like I accidentally had this, accidentally had that food. Oh my God, this wasn't my food. Now I'm poisoned. Now I can't eat it anymore. Now I need to go fast for 5 weeks. You know, like, some people they take extreme levels. They can't drink certain water. Like, they come to my house, they can't drink tap water. I'm like, you can definitely drink this tap water. I've been drinking it my whole life. So, here's the thing, okay? Here's the cool analogy, okay? There's a bunch of areas in life out there. Let's say there's 5 main areas, okay? Let's say there's health, relationships, maybe there's more. Health, relationships, spirituality, finances, money, and what was the other one? Huh? What? What? Say it. You can't whisper then I'll say it. World peace, she said? I don't know what you said. Hobbies, yeah. So we got health, relationships, spirituality, finances, and creativity and hobbies. Okay, these are like the 5 areas of life. And if you put all your energy in and try and get like 10 out of 10 on health, then good, congrats, you got 10 out of 10 health, awesome. But what about these other areas? Are you also 10 out of 10 health? Are you also level 10 out of 10 in these other areas as well? Are your finances 10 out of 10? Are your relationships 10 out of 10? Are your creativity and hobbies getting 10 out of 10 attention? Is your spirituality getting 10 out of 10 attention? Or are you so busy just trying to be 10 out of 10 on health? And a lot of people who go 10 trying to get 10 out of 10 on health, they're actually approaching it the wrong way. So I'm all for being 10 out of 10 in all these areas, but guess what? In each of these areas, you got multiple facets. There's multiple spokes in the wheel of each of these. So for your finances, it's not just like how well can you save money. It's not how well can you earn money. It's not how well can you get clients. Like these are part of, not well you can make sales. Like these are just part of finances. And with your health, it's like there's not just diet. That's the big thing here. It's like people, when they look at health, they think diet. Diet is one spoke of the wheel when it comes to health. You need to keep that in mind. There's so many other areas, right? You've got sleep, you've got relationships, that's a big part of health. You've got air, you've got proper movement, you've got some other areas of health. You've got the thoughts you think, you got your emotions. And if you're just trying to get 10 out of 10 diet, but you're neglecting those other areas could be like low-hanging fruits for you. Like your thoughts could really suck and you're going after like 10 out of 10 diet. If you just like improved your thoughts a bit, boom, everything else would be a lot better. So look at your weakest link. Look at the low-hanging fruit. Look at the areas that you could improve on, and focus on improving those. Like, don't just get so caught up in these one area. Okay, that's just the message I want to say tonight. On YouTube, I got the title up here of How to Be Healthy, and the way to be healthy is to not just focus on one aspect. I see a lot of people out there. They think water is the answer, or they think chiropractic is the answer, or they think tapping is the answer. Right, the big tappers. They think religion is the answer. They think God is the answer. They pick one thing and they think that's the answer. That's the thing. But the truth is, like, it all begins. Anything you do, any action you take, any step you take outside of this box right now, like you're all watching me on your phone, you're watching me on your computer, whatever. Any step you take in any direction, it's all going to start with what? The root cause of anything you do, the root cause of any result you ever get, is going to be the vision that you're holding in your head. It's the thoughts you think. It's what you're seeing in your mind's eye. That's going to determine the results you get. That's going to determine all the actions you take. So it all starts with your thoughts. It all starts with your goals. What are your goals? So in those 5 areas of health in life, right? You got your health, you got your relationships, you got your spirituality, you got your finances, and you've got your creativity and hobbies. Have goals in each of these categories. I got a piece of paper somewhere here with my goals on them. Here's a start of one. Here's a start of one. Nothing really on it now, but it's a start of one. Okay, you can't see much, but it's the start of a brainstorm. But that's how you gotta get started. You gotta map it out. All right. Take pen to paper, and you map out what are your goals in each of those categories of life. Okay, so what do you want to accomplish? What do you want to achieve? What do you want to experience? What do you want to be living on a day-to-day basis? So when it comes to diet, what do you want to be eating? When it comes to sleep, how much do you want to be sleeping? What time do you want to get to bed? And the other thing about diet is really, really important factor. Not a lot of people are talking about for some reason. It's blowing my mind. A lot of people talk about what to eat. Very few people talk about how to eat it. So if you're eating what kind of diet you're eating? You're eating let's say you're eating keto. Okay, so you're eating keto, vegan keto or something. People talk about eating vegan keto. This is super low fat, super high fat, super high protein, very low carb. All these benefits of keto. They talk about what to eat, but they don't talk about like when they're eating. Are they eating it all day long? Are they eating it in a stressed state of mind? Are they eating it not being present? Or are they eating it very, very present? They're eating it within a short window of time. Because even with a fruit-based diet, just a pure fruit diet, if you're eating a fruit diet, like I've been doing for the past decade here, if you're eating a fruit diet from 7 a.m. all the way to frickin' 7 p.m., 8 p.m., 9 p.m., like you're eating fruit all day long, guess what? Your insulin's up. And when your insulin's up, human growth hormone cannot get released. So it doesn't matter that you're eating the best food in the world. It doesn't matter you're eating the best biodynamic grown watermelon and peaches and plums and nectarines. Like your insulin is up, man. You got sugar coming all the freaking time. So you're much better off just eating the same food, same amount of food even, but shorten that eating window. So you eat it all in a 4 to 6 hour window, whatever. You start eating at noon and you stop eating at 4 p.m. That way, because your insulin's not up all day long, now you got human growth hormone coming in. So it's going to allow you to build muscle a lot quicker, going to allow you to stay leaner a lot easier. It's going to allow you to feel a lot better, allow you to digest the food that you're eating a lot better. A lot of people out there with digestive issues, even though they're eating just a fruit-based diet, and there's so many ways of optimizing digestion, and not eating for 20 hours a day is a great way because you're actually resting your digestion for most of the day. So when you finally do eat, your digestion's like, whoa, let's take this food and let's do something with it, right? Obviously, getting fitness in is a great way to improve digestion. Thinking beautiful thoughts is a great way, feeling really beautiful emotions. Getting enough sleep is a great way to optimize digestion. So even amongst like the diet itself, it's not just the food, okay? So if you're trying to optimize for health and then you go for diet, just know it's not just the food you eat. It's how you're eating it, right? It's the whole picture you've got to keep in mind. It's not just the food, all right? And again, just for those just tuning in now, I want to let you know that I'm making a huge announcement tomorrow at tediscool.com at 5 p.m. PST Sunday night. It's going to be going down. Big announcement. And who is ever there is going to get entered to win a big prize that I can't say what it is yet. But it's a big one, and you're going to be glad that you came. So tediscool.com if you want to register for that. It's happening tomorrow night at 5 p.m. I'll got some questions coming in here on the YouTube. What's your opinions on infant circumcision? Seems to be terribly unhealthy for a newborn baby. I'm not a fan of infant circumcision. I think it's fine to do it on your own later in life if you choose to do it. But I don't think I would ever do it to a child of my own. If I ever have a child, when I ever have a child of my own, I would not take that route. But for those who have already done it, for those who already have done it or are thinking about doing it, like I can't control anyone. I can only set an example and I guess say what I feel. So those are my thoughts. Those are my feelings. And then Divine Foods has asked, combining intermittent fasting with a fruit-based diet is bad for insulin because you don't eat for hours and then you eat loads of sugar. I've never heard of that one before. I've personally feel amazing when I do intermittent fasting on a fruit-based diet, and I get way better results when I intermittent fast on a fruit-based diet rather than eating fruit all day long. Like when you're eating fruit all day long, many problems come up, right? Number one, your insulin's up all the freaking time. Number two, you got sugar coming out of your teeth all the freaking time. If you want to avoid cavities, best way, intermittent fast. And just brush your teeth right after you eat at 4 p.m. Done. Don't have any food in your teeth or on your teeth for the next 20 hours. It's amazing. You eat fruit all day long, you have sugar coming in all day long. So just the insulin and the teeth thing alone are awesome benefits, but so many other benefits too, just like the productivity level of your focus, having not eaten any calories for 20 hours. You're very, very focused, very, very productive. So I think that's totally fine to do intermittent fasting on fruit. In fact, it's the only way I recommend to do it nowadays, now that I've experienced it. And when I first got into a fruit-based diet, no one was talking about intermittent fasting. It was never a word. It was never a thing. It was never a topic of conversation. It was only in the past couple of years that people started talking about it more and more, and people started getting great results with it. That's when I caught on. I'm like, yeah, I got to do that. Intermittent fasting is amazing. Huge fan. Cannot say enough good things about it. And if you do intermittent fasting for any great period of time and you start eating again at 7 a.m., 6 a.m., 9 a.m., 10 a.m. even in the morning, and you're not used to eating that early, you're just like, why am I eating so early? It's such a waste. Like I have so much more energy. I can go into like 2, 3, 4 p.m. in the day without being hungry because you've trained yourself to fat adapt. That's very, very powerful. Next question is feelings on keto. I think people can get great results with it. I would never do it. I don't think. I feel great doing what I'm doing now, high carb. Um, Keto, for those who don't know, is basically just super high fat, low sugar, no sugar. Keto's no sugar or low sugar? Just low. You can't really do no. So there's gonna be some carbs and everything, but super low sugar. I love sugar. And a lot of people who are doing keto, what I find is that they're drinking coffee, so they need the caffeine to give them energy because they have no freaking sugar. So I mean, people can get great results with it, but I don't think cutting out any one food group is healthy. I think we should have enough fat, enough protein, and enough carbs. I believe in balance. Um, Even this whole idea of like, you know, low fat and low carb, or low protein, or high fat, high carb, high protein, like just get enough. Enough is the goal. It's easy to say high carb or this or that, but it's like enough is what you're going for. You want just enough carbs, enough protein, enough fat. Um, any thoughts on which diets provide you with more energy? It's the most energy I've ever felt in my entire life was probably on coconut water. It's first few days on coconut water, just super light, super clean. Um, Feasting, juice feasting is a great way to experience a lot of energy. Anytime someone ever talks about going on juice feast, they always talk about the energy level is super, super high. The next step from down below, and that's not totally sustainable for a long period of time, but the next step, like if you want to like spike your energy, just do a juice feast, coconut water feast. You'll have so much energy all day long, super productive. Um, After that, it's intermittent fasting on a fruit-based diet for sure. That's the most amount of energy there. But again, that's just diet. Like the whole purpose of this video I came on to talk about was like it's not all about diet. There's so much more to it. And it's not just what you eat, but how you eat it. So yeah, just keep that in mind. And I know you want to get crystal clear on the diet thing, but there's look outside, look at all the low-hanging fruits out there. Like you could probably optimize your thoughts and emotions. You could probably optimize your sleep habits. Like you could probably optimize your relationships. You could probably optimize your fitness and get so much more out of those things. And then when you look at diet, you're like diet's just like any other spoke of the wheel. But it gets so much more airtime because it's sexy and we love to eat and eating is delicious and people make a living on food, right? So yeah, diet gets all the airtime, but shit, there's so much more out there. So that would be my answer for that. Overt free when I'm healing dis-ease, I'm healing Lyme. Just do I do it just as long as it's required? Yeah, I think you can detox the quickest on low fat or no fat. Absolutely, that's how I got rid of my acne. I did no fat for a period of time. Once the detox is complete, or once you've gotten the result you're after, you can incorporate the fat back in. That's cool. But if you want to heal the fastest, that's why juice feasting gives you so much energy because you're just like you're healing at a rapid rate. Same with coconut water fat feasting. Where are you living at the moment? I'm living in Vancouver, British Columbia. Any plans to go back to Thailand? No plans. No plans to go back to Thailand. I just don't like how polluted Chiang Mai is. Chiang Mai is really awesome, but it's just super polluted. And then it's just like, man, there's a lot of things I don't like about it. I don't want to make a video talking about all the shit I don't like about Thailand, but there's enough things I don't like about Thailand to not go back anytime soon, unless the right business opportunity comes up or something. What's your favorite exotic fruit for wintertime? Exotic fruit for winter. Kara, what was our favorite Miami fruit? Yo? She's either deaf or she's just ignoring me. Persimmons, is that exotic? That's not exotic. Exotic for wintertime? Oh, the guava was so good. We got some guava from Miami fruit. That was great. Guava was amazing. You've been to Philippines? No, not yet. No Philippines just yet. Do you use a vacuum blender? Nope. I use Blendtec, Vitamix, Ninja. Those are the three. What do you not like about BC? It's just a bit cold, in the winter, and the winter's so long. But other than that, I pretty much love everything. There's not enough superchargers either for the Tesla. Need more superchargers, more energy. Got some like local chargers here, but need more superchargers. Yeah, frozen durian is really good too. I mean, that's always going to be a top pick, but it's just get it frozen. You got to wait for it to thaw out. So you got to wait about 24 hours unless you can buy it thawed. But yeah, you eat bread, feta cheese? No, no bread or feta cheese. No. But I'm gonna bounce. It's been on here for about 25 minutes. I just want to let you guys know that I'm going to be making a big announcement at tediscool.com tomorrow night at 5 p.m. PST. So Thanksgiving here in Canada. Making a big Thanksgiving announcement. It's going to shock some people. It's going to change the way things work around here. And yeah, it's going to be cool. It's going to be cool. I'm very excited to announce it. Been holding back, waiting for the perfect time and place to make that announcement. And just a bunch of things been coming up, excuses getting in the way. So now I'm like, okay, tomorrow night, 5 p.m., I'm going to make the announcement. And you can register for it at tediscool.com. It's going to be live right then and there. Happy life. How much water do you drink, or do you get the most water from your fruit? Yeah, I get the most water from my diet. I rarely drink water unless I'm like going for a run or going for a swim or working at the gym. At the gym, I drink a lot of water. I drink the most amount of water when I'm working out. Other than that, it's just from the food mostly. Have you heard vacuum blending retains more nutrients in food? Yeah, this is what I'm talking about. Perfect example, authentic, talking about vacuum blending retaining more nutrients from food. Yeah, I've heard that. I think it's such a dude. There's so many more low hanging fruits out there. It's exactly why I made this video. It's because people obsess over these things, like these tiny little increments in gains, which is cool. Like if you want the world's best 10 out of 10 diet, and you're going to take all these precautions and things, but if your goal is to be healthy, and yet you're spending all your time on like going from a level 9 to a level 10 in diet, when really like your sleep is at like a level 4, and if you just bumped up to like a level 6, you get 2 points right there. And yet people are focusing on like these little nutrients in a vacuum blender. Like shit, just optimize your sleep. You get way more gains out of that. Or just optimize your fitness, or just optimize your intermittent fasting. Like just taking more air, just breathe more. Just go outside and breathe more fresh air. Like you're gonna get way more gains out of that, because you're probably not doing that at all right now. So if you go and do it, you're gonna go from a 0 on the breath scale to like a level 6 or something. Boom, you're 6 points higher in the health. But people focus so much on diet, and their diet's already a 9 out of 10. Like I'm happy with a 9 out of 10 diet. I'm happy with an 8 out of 10 diet, because I know there's so many other areas out there in my health that I can go from like a 2 to an 8, like pretty quickly in a day. If I just make it my priority. I don't obsess so much on going from my diet from like an 8 to an 8.5 to a 9 or a 10 or whatever. Like, dude, those are 2 little micro points. You're already like at the 80%. You're already an 8. You're already getting a grade A. You're already getting a grade A in diet, and you're like flunking all these other areas of health, right? So it's like go and get a C plus, a B in all those other areas of health. Health is a full report card, man. Diet is just one class. Diet's like gym. Okay, whoop-de-doo, you got an A plus in gym. You beat the teacher in gym. But you can't add 1 plus 1. You can't read or write English. Like you gotta go work on those subjects, man. Gotta go work on those subjects. Yeah, Catherine's saying, see you at Canada Vegan Fest. I will see you at Canada Vegan Fest, and I'll see you at tediscool.com tomorrow night if you want to check out big announcement happening tomorrow. It's gonna be live. It's gonna be cool. Definitely gonna want to be there live. And anyone who attends gets a big free prize relating to the Canada Vegan Fest. I just leaked it. Oh snap! See you there at tediscool.com at 5 p.m. PST. Thoughts on freeze dryers? Freeze drying's cool, I guess, but yeah, I mean, yeah, it's one of those things. It's like I don't really care too much about it. I want to optimize for other areas. I want to optimize for those other classes. I don't like the texture of freeze dried fruit. I'm a big texture guy. I like things that are soft and mushy and sweet and juicy and not crunchy, hard. It's a weird texture. I'm not a fan of that. But that's it. Okay, I'll see you tomorrow night at tediscool.com, or make the big announcement. Ryan O saying still Polly. Dude, you got to find out tomorrow night. tediscool.com. All questions will be answered then. All right. Sign up, tediscool.com. It's completely free. Make the announcement then at 5 p.m. Okay? This was it for now. Peace out, much love. And remember, if your diet is already at an 8 or a 9 out of 10 or a 10, Stop obsessing over it and start looking at all the other areas where you're like a level 2 or a 0 or a 3, where you can bump those up quite easily to a 6 or a 7. Yeah? It's not difficult to get to a level 7 in all the areas. And most of us are quite low on some of those areas, and we're just like level 9, level 10 already out of health, and we just like stay there. We put a lot of energy in staying there. But all these other areas are a lot lower, so gotta bump them all up, okay? Instagram can't see my other hand, but there you go. Okay, peace, ciao. See you at tediscool.com.